No, the Republic is in danger. He now brings you to the ultimate enemy. You don't like communists. You don't like these socialists. You don't like people that bomb the Pentagon, who all prop up the official 9/11 story. Guilt by association. Now he brings in Van Jones, the only one they kicked out because broken clocks are right twice a day and blind hogs do occasionally find acorns. Because now he can make it a left-wing issue for 9/11 truth. When the truth is, it was the libertarians and true constitutionalists that exposed 9/11 from day one. You're looking at the founder of the 9/11 truth movement. I'm the guy that had the nerve to tell the truth before it happened and after it happened. I understood how important it was to take false flag terror away from these people. And we've used this radio show as a platform for all the real leaders against the New World Order to build them up to where you now see them as pundits on international television, like Webster Tarpley. From obscurity to being well-known. Continue with Glenn Beck, because here he comes in with the danger to the Republic. It's not the big banks. It's not the New World Order. It's a few leftists they had in the White House for left cover to pacify the left. Here it is.
In the Bible, that's what happens to countries for killing innocent people. So he's surrounded by radicals. Surrounded by radicals. Here's why the Republic is in danger. And the president is in danger first, then the Republic. Here's this tree of revolution we talked to you about. Cloward and Piven. These were the Marxist students. These were people like this guy. SDS, okay? Right here is when they think, yeah, Che, that's the way to go. They want a real revolution. Guns, blood in the street. SDS. Cloward and Piven come along, and they say, no, 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 wait a minute. We can just infiltrate and collapse the system. We can overwhelm it. Those people say, yes, Wade Rathke, Dale Rathke, SEIU, Acorn, they move over in this direction. They say, yes, we'll do it peacefully. We'll do it peacefully.
And pause. So they're going to do it peacefully. So now it's Acorn that collapsed things. It's not the big banks. Glenn Beck's for the banker bailout. It's Acorn. Now, we know Acorn's bad and involved in all sorts of criminality. We were exposing it before Glenn Beck was. This is community organizing. This is how the government gets you dependent. But that's a lie that they're behind the collapsing economy. It's the New World Order. It's NAFTA-GATT. It's globalization. And who exposed that and who's off the air now? Lou Dobbs, who isn't perfect, but he's for real. He believes what he's saying. He's not a globalist. He's gone. In comes Glenn Beck. Let's continue.
Jeff Jones, who, by the way, is the co-founder, William Ayers and Jeff Jones, the co-founder of the Weather Underground. Those guys say, no, blood and guns, and they go this way. Okay? This guy, see, this is his rap sheet or his fingerprints. This guy's still in the system.
Notice, instead of a tree, it should be a pincer beetle. Google pincer beetle for me. It's got two pincers. It grabs its prey in two big mandible claws on the front of its face. It should be the big banks are financing peaceful takeover while also financing radical takeover as a pretext to bring in a police state to suppress the general public. But no, you get a stupid tree that has no right-wing control on it, no big foundation control, no nothing. Continue.
He's not in prison. I mean, in the system. He's in New York. He actually helped New York spend the stimulus money because he works for the Apollo Alliance, where Van Jones also worked. They helped design the stimulus package. They have never denied that violence is a...
They helped design the stimulus package. The very same Goldman Sachs that has all its people in the regulatory positions in the private Federal Reserve and the Treasury and in the White House are the ones that engineered the banker bailout that Republicans and that Bush and Obama supported and that Beck supported. And they also supported the stimulus. And now he's telling you that somebody in an office in New York City at some little left cover group supported it and built it? Total lie. Continue.
Bad thing. These people over here, these guys, Van Jones, radical, militant. Now, let me ask you something. If you, since the 1960s, have said, okay, Cloward and Piven, fine, you go your way, but we're over here, If you have your moment and you believe that your hero, your revolutionary leader, Barack Obama, has gone soft and is not going to collapse the system, what makes you think a guy who says, oh, we didn't do enough, what makes you think they won't pick that up now? They'll do it their way.
Hit pause. They were radical government operatives meant to radicalize people in the 60s and 70s. They're now big multimillionaires that write Barack Obama's books. And they're neocons openly running the White House, and they're telling you what they're about to do. Stage an attack on their minion, their front man, to get everybody feeling sorry for them and to get everybody loving Obama so they can ram their agenda through. You just heard them prep the public for what they're going to do. And now he gets into 9/11 truth. Continue.
Now, why is the president himself in trouble? Well, let me use him as an example. 9/11 truther. Another guy surrounding the president.
Hit pause. See, who's the final enemy? Who's the big boogeyman? It's not even Al-Qaeda. It's 9/11 truth. They're violent. They're going to bomb. They're going to shoot. When we're the people exposing how government provocateurs or stages events as a pretext to come after you, and we even give you the secret documents that good law enforcement give us, where the whole thing is set up for the American people under Bush. But Glenn Beck won't tell you that MIAC and Homeland Security document that it was written from were put out in 2008 by the Bush Justice Department and the neocon Mukasey. So at the end of this whole diatribe that he gives you, who is the ultimate enemy? Who is the danger? It's 9/11 truth, and why we are a danger to their lie and to their fraud and their favorite tool of frame-ups, of staging terror to sell their agenda through fear. We're going to come back, finish up with this, go to your calls. Then I'm getting into a ton of other vital news. The Newsweek attack pieces on myself, 2 in 1 week. Beck's attack on Medina. Stay with us. I wouldn't be surprised if Cass Sunstein wasn't writing a lot of what Glenn Beck says. I mean it when I say it. But he shows you a tree and says, that's the New World Order, a couple communists. When he should be showing you a pincer beetle. You know, I'm saying stop looking at the pincers, but look at the beetle that comes up and grabs you in its jaws. The controlled left, the controlled right. Over there on the right, you got Sarah Palin, and you've got Glenn Beck. And on the fake left, you've got Bill Ayers and Barack Obama. And it's just that simple. But the ultimate enemy, they're going to kill people. The nonviolent 9/11 truth movement. The one person who signed a petition once at some rally, they kicked him out, but he goes on to lie and say they run the White House and they're going to kill Obama. They're going to kill him. Because they want to come after the 9/11 truth movement. They want to try to discredit us because we have broken their favorite mechanism. But they don't understand that this is backfiring. All the Newsweek, all the Time magazine, all the CNN pieces, all the National Geographic and PBS pieces trying to lie about 9/11 truth. Everybody's just looking into it now. But these liars still think they can control people, and it's backfiring. So keep it up, Beck. See, my possession is the truth. What I value is the truth, not being a political whore like you. Beck, sure, if you ask around, you'll find out I was basically offered the job you have 10 years ago and then again about 7 years ago. And I said, no, thank you. I don't want to be a star. I want to tell the truth. And in history, you will be known as Benedict Arnold, pal. People are finding out very, very quickly what you're doing. You've only got the most brain-dead people serving you. And they may not even try to assassinate or stage an assassination on Obama now because we're doing this and launching a major offensive to expose them because we understand. Just like 3 months before the flu, we came out and said they were going to stage it because we saw them getting ready for it. We are taking all your steam out of your engine, the wind out of your sails, punk. I see right through you, punk. I know what you are, punk. And the good news is I warned everybody about what you were going to do, and they just keep seeing you do it, and they're waking up when you go after Deborah Medina and tell us Mr. North American Union, Bilderberg Group, Perry is good. Continue.
Truthers. Here's a guy who thought the government was evil enough that it would murder thousands of U.S. citizens, just blow them up, destroy a building and kill 3,000 people. Well, gosh.
Hit pause again. That's back up to where he says the word 9/11 truthers. We started that about 2 seconds too late. We have a so-called government that lets our troops breathe DU, that lets them be basted in Agent Orange and then blocks their treatment. We have a government that tried to make troops buy their own health insurance out of their own paychecks. We have a government that isn't a government, but a corporate whorehouse run by offshore banks. We have a government, according to the Lancet, that killed over 1 million Iraqis in the last 8 years, and 1 million before that. We have a government that could care less about third world people. They sure don't care about you. They knew about Pearl Harbor and let it happen. That's now been declassified. That isn't saying the Japanese are good. The point is they knew and let it happen.